Hello, and welcome to my kind of first YouTube video. I'm going to be playing Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup, particularly recording this what is hopefully going to be a series. Me trying to get a 15-room run on, Formicid Fighter, hopefully also a Troll Transmuter, and to get a 3-room run on any Wizard class, any Caster class, and any Marksman. Don't see it being that difficult on certain things, but we'll see. Anyway, let me turn on the music and thank you for joining me. First things first, let's just pick Formicid Fighter. Good. Think the music might be a tad too loud. Apologize. No, actually, that might be just too loud on my end. Good, that should do it. So, I'm going to go with the trident because it's my favorite weapon. And I'll just rearrange some of these. Put in dodging on instantly and stop as well. For those that don't know, I'll just do a quick the quick advantages of performance it quickly. Disadvantages are you can't be hastened, berserked, or teleported, including blink, which sucks. But on the other hand, you can be slowed or paralyzed, which is pretty good. You can dig through walls and essentially make hallways where you can fight enemies one-on-one, which is excellent. You can also dig into lower floors, which is situationally useful, particularly when you have two range, not sure how to call it, with the tridents, spears, and so on. You can essentially make yourself a small hallway, let a weak enemy stand before you, and just kind of hit the enemies behind. Of course, you could end up killing off the weak enemy before you, but it's still a good advantage. Also, Formicids have Seen Visible automatically, which is really nice, and they have 4 arms, which means they can wield two-handed weapons without an issue. They can wield two-handed weapons while also wielding a shield, including tower shields. And they can wield all shields with lower encumbrance than other classes. So, for most of the run, I will just kind of be doing auto explore, and tabbing. Well, not most of the run. Mostly through floor 1, 2, 3 probably. Except if I meet something that looks particularly deadly. So, let's just start. Oh, that's not good. Fell through the floor cracks right away. And Sigmund hit me and confused me. This is liable to kill me. And it did kill me. Well, Scroll of Acquirement? Oh, this is just a way for the game to troll me. Well, consider this an introductory part of the series. Let's hope the second run will not go as terrible. Wait, actually, that's an orb of wrath. Orbs of Wrath are pretty new, I believe, in Trunk as of now, and kind of useful. 1 second. Good, I did set it correctly. In particular, where there are various amounts of orbs, Wrath causes you to automatically enter into Berserk. I believe on a 20% chance, if you hold it in your offhand. This... Wait, that's a +4 dagger of nothing, and it's murdering me. Who might actually die? I did not. Particularly, it's really nice on something like a troll, the Orb of Wrath. I've had some pretty good results with that on my Troll Transmuter a few runs ago, which sadly ended up dying in Abyss, no longer carrying the Orb of Wrath, but it did get me through the early game pretty well. So, let's go on. Now, first time with level 3, I will be putting it into int. I like having baseline 10 in each stat. particularly because of draining enemies. And Int in particular can be pretty useful for my future strategies, as I might dip into, oh, a random shrine. Ooh. Well, I was going to say, I will probably dip into earth magic, possibly necromancy and transmutations. And I was planning to go Okawaru, because it's the simplest one. A random god, ooh, could be fun, but I do not feel comfortable enough to do that on a first video. That's going to cause another dead run, likely. My luck, I'll get something absolutely stupid. Anyway, sorry for those that really wanted that. And that was dumb. I should not have fought both of these snakes at the same time, should have backed off right away. Thankfully, I was not punished. Ooh, that's an interesting. Teleport other can be quite useful, although dipping into what's it called? Translocation spells into the translocation school, I believe. Yes. Is kind of pretty bad for Formicids. You don't have the teleport spell, which is the best part of the school, I would say. What's it called? Something of Goburia, Portals of Goburia is also pretty nice. And of course, targeted blink. But that's much more than a tip. Anyway, seems I'll be able to just tap through the second floor as well. Nothing crazy like a Sigmund like last time. Although, yikes, that snake really almost did me in. Not exactly surprised. Snakes do tend to be really bad RNG. Or tend to be able to get you really bad if you get bad RNG. Anyway, we seem to be finished. I'll just check out the staff. Poison. Poison isn't terrible to have at hand. So let me just show you this. Where is all skills? These are all the aptitudes for Formicid. As you can see, fighting is everything on 0 except fighting itself. Ranged, everything is 0 except -2 bows, +1 slings. Armored shields dodging is generally alright. Spellcasting's pretty decent, so spellcast of Formicid isn't bad. Particularly Poison's really good. +3 is awesome. But Poison's probably the worst school in the game. I think they don't even have a level 7 or higher spell. And some have level 9s, maybe 10s, I'm not sure. Earth, on the other hand, you have really good aptitudes for as well. And Earth is awesome. Statue form in particular. There's also hexes, which you're pretty good at, which are also really useful. I'll probably be picking up any hex spell I find and dip a bit into it. Should probably start learning some spellcasting about now as well. Might be diluting my fighting strength though. We'll see. I'll also just do a quick search for any armor in case I missed something on the floor, which I did not. 2 enemies shouldn't be an issue. Quickly became 4, but well, it wasn't an issue. Let's just keep searching. Snakes, again, gotta hate them. Ooh, now that's an interesting pick here. So, as you can see there, we got another shrine with 2 gods. Kiku, Ashenstari, and 2 random ones, as well as Yermandol, I believe. No, Cherbidos, but well, anyway, those are quite interesting ones. Ooh, Phantom. Phantom being red means it is extremely dangerous or out of depth in this case. Out of depth enemies are enemies that normally would not spawn in this area, but they're kind of like mini bosses. I don't think I'll be able to run from this guy, but but I don't think he's particularly dangerous either. I might be able to take off my shield, put on the orb. Good. Take a few hits. And if I berserk, which should have already happened. Well, alright. Apparently I killed it before doing so. I was going to use the orb as a semi-berserk potion and kind of murder it. But that worked out anyway. I did get some decent spells here. Ignite Poison's great. Well, against certain enemies. Mephitic Clouds is awesome. But Wish Suck at Air and Conjuration isn't that good for me as well. Been getting pretty crummy spells for now. Oh well. This seems to be a small set piece with just a bunch of lizards. Alright, game. Let's just keep going. After I finish this floor, I'll check which altars I have here and think if I maybe want to pick up an early god. I did say I want to go Oka, which is probably the best one I could go for, but I'm not quite certain. Like I said, I really like Ash and stuff. Ash. I just call it Ash. I really can't pronounce the full name. So let's check out the altars. We have Ash, 3 random gods, Dithemos, Kiku, and Tribodos. Not bad. I need to remember, what does Kiku offer? Kiku has Cadavers, protects you from Necromancy's miscasts, protects you from Unholy Torment, which is really good in certain parts of the game. You can invoke Torment by sacrificing a corpse, also great, and will grant you Forbidden Knowledge, so spells. I think I'll just skip that. It's a decent pick, but not quite for me right now. Alright, let's go to the 4th floor. Now, this is where I should start watching out for the enemies. The sad part is I got no hat, no gloves, no boots by this point. No magical armor, no magical weapon. It's kind of a crummy run in terms of equipment for now, which is in particularly making me want to go with Oka. It seems like this run is going to need some early game power, and Oka can also give you some long-term power as well, with the gear which you get to keep even if you switch away from him. Ooh, Mankure, I might be screwed here. Mankure is a really tough mini-boss. And he'll torment you to death before I get anywhere away from him. Could try digging lower. Well, let's dig. I shafted 2 floors down, right next to a black bear. And there's a sewer here I'm going to miss out on as well. Oh, that's assuming I get anywhere. Well, I am absolutely screwed. Wow. Frogs are fast, I believe they can get hits off as I run. So yeah, I am mega screwed. Ooh, and a blind spot. Whoop. Dig deeper, but I died. So, not a good run. Again. Well, it takes a moment to find a good run, so I'll just keep playing for now. Let's set my training priorities again, and let's go. Ooh. That's an interesting one. Summon Imp. That's in the summoning school. Let me just check that. I believe we have 0 on summoning. If we do, summoning can be quite useful, especially since I can just stand in front of that summon and let it, well, take hits while I hit from behind it. Might not be a terrible idea to pick up some summoning skill. But this is too early for me to really go into spells. Also, wow, this imp really beat the crap out of me. Oh well, ooh, more spells. Ice spell. Well, Ice Form can be alright, I guess. Not really for me, but oh well. Let's just keep going. Ooh, too many enemies at once, but I can't really find... There it is. Well, a corridor where I can just kind of kill them all. I did eventually, though. So let's just keep going. This is floor 1. Would love to see a ring, any kind of extra equipment piece here, but doesn't seem like I will. Random guard again. Game would really love to give me that. More ice spells. Ooh, found a pair of gloves. Nice. That's +1 AC right there. And, well, I just hit level 3 here. Level 3 is about the benchmark of where I want to be when I finish floor 1. Ooh, a hat as well. It's the non-magical one, to be fair. But 1 AC is 1 AC. And... oh, I can't wear any headgear as of Formicid. I thought I just can't wear helmets. That kind of sucks, but oh well. And that's a lot of dudes. Well, let's start bashing. And one of them was smart enough to try to get me from behind. Thankfully, I managed to get out of there. Fighting 2 weakish enemies at once should always be possible. Even if it was kind of a gauntlet. But still, let's just keep going. Nothing too worrisome here. Would love to... oh, that seems like a possibly dangerous room. Let's leave it be for now. Kind of need to go auto. Oh yeah, there's a lot of dudes there. Let's dismantle it one side at a time. I am guessing something like Robin's in there, which is a special elite that has a lot of hobgoblins and goblins, which can be quite beneficial. He tends to carry good magical items, but he also tends to kill you with good magical items. There's also Jessica, one of the weakest elites you could possibly find. He's good XP fodder, never as good as something like Natasha, but we'll talk about her if we meet her. And Auto Explorer got me in here, which is indeed the place with Robin. Thankfully, I should be able to just do this, and Robin's probably going to be quite a ways away. He can't teleport any hobgoblins or goblins behind me when I can't see him, which is a great advantage. Now, though, it's a different story. You can also buff them, but by now I've killed all of them. It really wasn't an issue. And son of a, he had a +2 helmet. Of course, Robin has the one piece of equipment I cannot equip. That's just how the game goes. Still, level almost 6 at floor 2 is pretty good. If I find... ooh, Acrobat's not that great. Acrobat essentially means as long as you move last turn, you get a huge bonus to EV or dodging. Ooh, I saw you there. Magical gloves. +2 gloves. Yes, I will keep equipping, even with an enemy here. Good. I took him off. Let's just kill it. Ooh. Now I get... my red gloves give me +3 AC instead of +1. Pretty big boost this early. Would love some boots though. Especially magic boots. Some of the special magical effects you can get to boots are nuts. Not that we get any magical equipment with effects yet, which admittedly sucks a lot. But what are you going to do? Eventually, I'm going to want to randomly cast my spell scrolls as well, just to find out which is what. But I'd like to find my... what's it called? My scroll of... Scroll of what? What? Scroll of identification first. Those tend to be really common. So as soon as I get 3 of one scroll, I can be pretty sure that's the one. And this slime hit me with what seems to be a crit. So time to perfect. Managed to get... that's out of depth enemy. Managed to get a cockroach to be behind me instead of that slime. So now I can just escape. Just in case I didn't mention this, enemies can follow you upstairs like that cockroach did. And if that slime followed me, I'd probably be in big trouble. Speaking of which, ring. Ooh, ring of 4 protection. Now this is a run. 14 AC is great at this point. Any magical armor missed? No. Speaking of which, I should probably start investing a bit into spellcasting. Although that doomed me last time, hopefully it will not doom me this time. Kind of sad that we still can't... Ooh, no. Sorry, Manakure, but we are not bros. I am getting the hell out of here. Oh, he followed me. Fucker followed me. I am not going anywhere close to that guy. He can torment you for stupid amount of them. Just moved where he was again. Came out of explore. Anyway, I really wanted to get here anyway, because this is a jewelry shop. Those are probably the best shop in the game, generally speaking, because they always carry something you can equip and probably something you can use. In this case, we can straight up buy a poison resist or will ring, which would be pretty good. Poison resist especially is awesome. But we have 308 gold, and just 431 is a artifact. Artifacts are special items with multiple effects. In this case, flying, which is great, poison resistance, will, and dex +4, which is essentially like combining these 2 rings plus a flight ring plus a weaker dex ring for just 431, which is actually really cheap. I think the protection ring we're currently carrying is actually more expensive than that artifact ring we just found, which is surprising, to say the least, but a welcome surprise. Anyway, let's keep it... Ooh. Can I kill an ogre? Probably. He has about a 12% chance to hit me. He deals 17 damage to me. I have 48 HP. I really should be able to just kill him. Ooh. I say that as he hits me instantly, but I did succeed. Bit scared to try again, but should work out, and it did. Now level 7, I believe at 7 even Manakure won't be red anymore, which red generally means that an enemy is very dangerous, or in do not fuck with him so levels so dangerous. Nope, he's still red. Now the question is, do I want to fight him? Feeling kinda cocky, I'm going to drink my might potion, which will temporarily give me a huge boost of strength. And now I will shout again. Now if I move down, he will also move towards me and be in range. Alright, I think I hit him. Let me see. I can't see his HP bar. Alright. Anyway, I did manage to murder him. This is a special room, which sometimes happens around this shrine in particular. Normally you can't really kill these guys unless you have flight, but since we have a spear, might as well get the free XP here. Speaking of which, let's check out armor again. Did I miss anything? No. Let's also check pole arms. Nope. Just the one trident. Ooh, Estasio. He's also a rare enemy, but I find him a very easy one. Ooh, though he has a poison rapier. And he managed to teleport back. I might die here. Not if I shaft. Do not do that, people. Do not. That was a terrible move by me that could have easily killed me. Do not do as I just did there. I think I just tunneled 2 floors. Yeah, I did. So this should be a safe floor. I should have marked that ring as something I want to buy, but I didn't. So let's just keep going. For some reason these 2 iguanas are really beating me up, but oh well. Speaking of that elite up there, I could go murder him, or try to murder him again, but, well, I learned my lesson. I think I'll just wait. These guys can be kind of tough as well, because he can go invisible, but we have, well, seen invisible. So he's really not that scary for us. Speaking of which, there is my god of choice for this run. At least for now. Oka. Let me just... I didn't do that. Should have. Let me just tell you why Oka's good. First, Oka requires you to fight alone, which means you cannot use any summoning abilities. Not really an issue if you ask me. We did consider using summoning spells, but I really said no to that. Can't use necromancy spells to get allies either, but eventually if I switch over, we would be able to. Secondly, you can gain great temporal abilities, which is spend Python with the god and MP to gain really good combat skills. It can give you ammo, which sucks. You can become essentially hasted, a special type of haste, which actually we as a Formicid can use. You can enter into single combat with a foe, which means no other enemy can actually interfere in this fight. Great for killing elites like that Estasio. And more importantly, he will give you gifts of equipment. Ooh, Egypt. Egypt is an annoying elite that carries staffs and can therefore F you up if he has a dangerous one. That wasn't really the staff's fault in this case. He also has a poison knife. Man, I can get that poison resist artifact soon enough. Am I not recovering HP? Oh, I am, just really slowly for some reason. Anyway, as I was going to say, what was I going to say? Egypt normally isn't a big issue, especially at this floor. Let's go down. The ogre hits me, but I'm not that scared. I also gained 2 levels of something, but I missed what it said. Another poison enemy. Jeez, I get it. I really want that ring as well. As soon as I get it, the game's going to stop throwing enemies with poison at me. He made me a tree! What an idiot! Tree or lignification means you have 28 AC and you gain automatic resistance to poison. He could not have done a dumber thing. Ring mail +5, scale +6. Not worth it. Now, as I said earlier, I think it's time to start reading scrolls. Identify. perfect. So I want to start identifying my potions. That's why degen potions are terrible, and you do not want to accidentally drink one randomly. I also have a Scroll of Fear and Enchant Armor. That gives me +1 AC on my, well, breastplate in this case, my armor. Sorry about that, which now means I have another AC. Going to save those scrolls in case I find a good piece of armor later that I want to enchant, like crystal plate. Now let's murder this ogre. I could also start reading the rest of my scrolls, but I like having at least 2 of each scroll. Edmund's actually a really tough elite, so I'm kind of worried I might lose this fight. He did have a drain. Oh, I missed that. He had a +3 flail of draining. Drain is terrible. Drain essentially means part of any future XP you get gets lost and, well, ends up paying for the drain you accumulated. As you can see now, drain's red. Ooh, still managed to get good enough. Now here's the question. I will automatically get some int as the levels go on because I am a Formicid. I'll also automatically get strength because I'm a fighter. So I think I'll pick up some dex. Stats generally just mean strength. You're stronger, hit harder, and you can equip heavier armor. What's it called? I was looking for stats here. I'm going back up here. Int means you can cast easier, have more MP, and Dex means you have better dodging and hitting, I believe. Anyway, here's the real boss fight here. The snake, which I killed easily. This guy keeps teleporting away and just summoning guys. I know he tends to do that, but he was really committed to that tactic this time. Summon enemies give you absolutely no XP. Holy shit. I just died. So I was murdering these guys. This fucker, this mother crapper, just teleported in, hit a few critical blows, and deadly poisoned me. Another place where I could really use my poison resist ring. Well, that's how it goes. I think that's this for this episode, because it went kind of terribly. But that's a good introduction video, I'd say at least. So, hope you enjoyed, and yeah, see you another time.